all right, I wanted to like this movie. I wanted to love this movie. But when the credits rolled, I can't recommend this. I'm sorry. Chase Liaki here at the Blue Futon reviewing Nightbitch. So what is about? Pretty simple premise. You have Amy Adams, who motherhood, the son's about 2 years old, and she's going through changes, and she might be turning to a dog. Is she really turning into a dog, or is it just her humanistic tendencies and her primal instincts are coming out because she is done with being a stay-at-home mom and being in that stay-at-home mom bubble? So did I like this film? No, like I said, there's things about this that I just couldn't get behind. It's just kind of funny where we're at in society and where we're at with the world today, where you have two separate just tendencies in the world. Like, it's kind of funny you see on TikTok and other things where it's like, female boss bitches, yeah, we're a female boss. Fuck yeah, female bosses, boss bitch, boss bitch, boss bitch. Then you have the other side that's like, fuck the 19th Amendment. Some females are like, so you're telling me I have to work? So I could have just been like stay-at-home mom, be in the kitchen, clean the kitchen, and not have to do the 9-to-5 job, not have to take the subway, not have to travel here and there and have the man do all the work. Why the fuck happened? And so it's just kind of funny where we're having that like clash. In this movie, while it's not that extreme, it does talk about how like motherhood is hard. But maybe I'm just confused because I knew it never was easy. And that's where I get confused with movies like this, where it has so many different messaging, where yes, there is some parts of this movie where she's like, motherhood has taken away my freedom, blah, 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 but I love being a mother. And yes, you might have that topsy-turvy ands, if, buts, and also the issue I have with this movie is with, there are some people that are like, I hate motherhood, or I want to go on vacation without my kids, and, the movie was starting to go that route, but there was some also good dialogue with Amy Adams basically saying, I need to cherish these moments, especially when they're in the museum with the dinosaur, saying he's going to grow up so fast, and it just goes in the blink of an eye. But then the tonal shift completely goes the other way, where it's like, I killed a cat, or, things of like, I'd rather do this than this, and we need to break off our marriage. And then Scott, his character, the husband's character, is like, I guess I never knew what was so hard. It's like, I don't believe that storyline anymore, because we've been doing this for 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years. And majority of men, 95% of men probably know that motherhood isn't easy, and it needs to be a two-way street to get that. Yes, I understand there's shit that goes down. Like, I'm looking at my past and my mom, where she's raising 3 kids while my dad is deployed a shit ton of times, like 20 something times, because of all that times of what kind of work he did. It wasn't like full deployments, it was like 3 months at a time. So I know it was hard. I know what my mom had to do. I witnessed it full hand. But maybe because I grew up like that, I was never like, oh, my mom has an easy job. She's raising 3 kids and trying to be a nurse. Yeah, she has nothing to worry about. So this is like preaching to the choir, maybe, or this is maybe that's what it was. Maybe I just felt like the hammer was hitting my head and it wasn't stopping. It was trying to say a message. Like, I understand this message. I understand who is this for? Who is this for? And that's why I guess I'm confused about who is this for, because everyone's like, oh, this is for the mothers. Mothers are going to love this movie. But I feel like mothers are going to watch this movie and be like, I already knew this. Like, I know it's hard. Why do you have to tell me it's hard? I mean, and maybe with the husbands as well, it's like, yeah, I know she's going through a shit time. Maybe there are, like I said, there's probably 5, 7, 10% of husbands that think motherhood's an easy fucking thing. And it isn't. It seriously isn't. But when it comes to that, I think the metaphor becoming a dog is kind of fun when it deals with also, trying to get the kid to sleep and put him in this dog bed and shit like that is funny. But, like, the craft of the movie, I just wasn't feeling it. Amy Adams, sure, she does a good job. After watching this, I'm taking it off the Oscar list. I'm sorry. She does some crazy shit of, digging through stuff, but I just don't see this as a Oscar performance personally. So I'm going to have to take her off the list, like I said. And I did this after I did my 1 January Oscar prediction video. So with this movie, I just don't see it getting any Oscars anymore. It's kind of funny, though. This is one of the movies where at the beginning of Oscar season, like, this was a top-tier contender for Best Picture. this was a top tier contender for Amy Adams. It isn't no more. Also, this was supposed to go to Hulu, then theaters. Now it's basically back at Hulu. Like, it didn't really have a theatrical run. If it did, it was very, 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 very limited. But when it deals with Nightbitch, I was just disappointed overall. Like, I was so excited for this film, like the transformation of a dog. Like, oh, is this going to be a fun kind of thing? But at the end of the day, it was a message where I'm just like, I know. And at the end of the day, I'm like, who is this really for? I don't think it's for the mothers, because I don't know if the mothers want to watch something and be like preaching to the choir when they're like, I would rather watch something that's not what I'm experiencing right now. You know what I mean? That's why sometimes you watch the movie and you get depressed because you're like, I don't need to watch this material. Like, I already know this is shit, is just fucked up. And this might be one of them. But hey, this is just my perspective. It's kind of weird watching Nightbitch and now comparing this to Baby Girl, with also the dog scene as well, how that ends. And then Dog Man. I've just been watching a lot of dog movies, apparently. Oh well, Nightbitch, it's a interesting movie, but it just didn't do it for me. So Nightbitch will receive a 2.5 out of 5 of Futons, which equals at 50%. We'll see the critics' news scores gave this one. Critics, a 59% with 193 of them. Audience score of 55% with over 250. Critic consensus. As far as adaptations go, Nightbitch packs more bark than bite, as a stellar Amy Adams takes on motherhood in the neighborhood, in a rather conventional romp. So yeah, I mean, for me, it just didn't do it for me. It is what it is to me. It was just a disappointment. I really wanted to like this one. 50%, 55, 59. Chase Scott here at the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One other thing's Bluetontopia. You Blue Futonians, thank you for watching. Have a great day. I'm going to watch this today, tomorrow, a week from now, a month, and a year from now. Every single freaking one of you. Peace and love, peace and love. And yeah, motherhood isn't easy. It isn't.